Chakre kaje chakre kaje sana want to fail up we buda go from we crack lots be we mutili so sir are sure bu matia busy schedule no time for hala atam itamai buko project le no lumui dino le no sure bu dino arabu matia ita bu it's mo ko project le dialog so jule hil kaje pralo ko dino do ni no sure bu ka bi dino kra sir ida imui ko shri community kata wasa society kata ma culture kata le kaje ka shis ma krolo ko duno ma machi mo zslo ko duno certain rules guidelines principle hi budawe sva hi ve ko cho hi ili no follow so kaje duno do sis ili fope over ili fope lisa la ko sma mo is no la ili mo ko jubia have a guideline have buna sva solo sva filo do pe mondo bi mana fole ko shli no fole no it's a pe mondo bi ko joli no ma ili no incidents mo junior joli no guidelines oji ukreji se va pass akra ili jo ko ri bedo and ana chilu no takro ji chi se modernity vulo Christianity vulo lo chis ili ko shi ili behavior ili crazy ta ko jo mo jnya do since no ida he jo ata no topic for lo se Ememei Moral values then and now o ti zi ko li ko jo o ti ta ko ju we ko li ko jo i jo he adi ka va ko ko jo ita no jo adza ko project le dialog ka li so do sina sa kro mo zi sir ni hena no ni zi I mean ni hena Chakre kanis nile no lugo jolly as you grow up nile no lugo jono jogo tu ya di takre kremo jnye we nile je shpa nile shpe je de shpe mo na di takre krebo he je de
Claude avec you muchi sure we it is Marisha Gbu have a open house discussion there had also had China le ko butchers no mufu chia lile bua mufu kan has leave ko ba propure had we got you open discussion ko so na hai same have got so hai kadere itira pu dono jo peguru have a vuchilu pu go hai ram kan loi kan rele so chuhu na le jele it is a chu he chulu he kolegirli adi takrumole takrish shudarishe it is chu takrish chu he regularly kalli ka hero ma otal no takrubwe because choose no simply rest as a baby really yeah
moral guidelines here divano exist so a moral kaje ka shisma kro ko ne hoj liga ver pragile li ko shi
re morality ri chona hai ikhomai bap tamal ka shele bue morality hai adego really any community kalino ida my community hai shlu does no ida my community hai secure so does no ida community hai bua kolu does no ida does no hai ye hai machi mo ri cho hai so there are system of rules teleprogram process no morality ruwe the morality is culture kalino constructs of voices says the spiritual laws more rest as a mosibi niwe any book really definition really morality hai a big word of really likuma is a physical rules constructed by a culture to preserve itself and to perpetuate its existence. Says no zamahe. So what you know there were no guidelines darkar. I said it already. Then shibra was no itama fu pes a lot of similar bugia instinctively metaphysical really survive so malicious so bude my uruma shule my uruma shule na have go so he sugili ta shirle khus shirle he o shule no my head go chu kakri ko mota pra le dos no sta za ma pragideli eta ma shehe tachidele so was no moral guidelines for Bahamas. So purpose to survive, to preserve the unity and to keep its identities as a mahe. Point kali question kali chaje ko kadela. I hope you ask me that question. If you forget, I'll remind you. Christianity here for ita mahe refer go so ligu buva no misconception kali buds na. I really want to clear that misconception today. So then remember that this is just when you talk about moral guidelines, it is regarding moral well-being, to ensure only moral well-being, whereas Christianity talks about spiritual laws.
Okay, thank you. Ida Ememei culture, ili Ememei jili yedo, uji teliwe, kashebe na. They got some no follow so they got some no motze he so many shadow kubuda jodemi sinas ida crown follow so ama ida generation hand follow so ama adi no motze be that's jode follow so him.
Tokhubvii group tamano I reference book alipie. This is human values and tribal moral laws. Articles nas igno tamiji booklet taligwe. That was very helpful. That was helpful really for tamahe India subcontinent leko both tribes top the 67.8 lakh tribal population hai 2011 census ko hai. So there's northeast tribals. Here's a mainland India tribals of Fiji, Servic also is no collegially more or less. Adamaji tribal maji uji to so culture, custom, values hai commonwealth value share also that bueda. So I listed some here. Edaman nagamja collelis chular vinre goes edaman nagamja colle imemja collerly. More or less the same. It's almost identical. Respect for elders, a spirit of sociability and hospitality, solidarity and sharing community feeling, democratic functioning in decision making, basic honesty, hard work, creativity, joy in simple living, love of nature, attachment to land and forest, love of freedom, Naga Underground movement, submission to parental discipline, celebration of life through seasonal feasts and festivities. Chuhu values fully is a itama here near my mem here says a booze my hair. That of the hair. No, there's a lot of change. It has erosion ko bukuli more abandonment ko so have probably chu do. The girly nile he ichu imema he village culture custom tiprugo puzzle no for lema he imema gora identify so literally ichu se tachitere. Culture hai chui khome chu pe go list pi go khro hai pa ji thi go ta boy. Let me just tell you one example. I tajule apfe je morabu he kr apfu je morabu he kr ma ote fu me je morabu he ta kr ma he kale phida on na ma li ze busu ji mo ma o te fu me je khumu butharo ru ma do khumu butharo sa then le it's this is niliji itzika yigali bua says a pemas khumu buthara leso za devon really physically tirele mo it is fully has the go chui khumas no physically harmful mo no ni fui he itsa mo kho he khadali ni hani his ni hani ni vision his no ni fuz teloramos fuma keloramos. So was no of that woman buhel travel buzuji mother. 我怕是马萨布不反正花布我不是什么，你这皮布是布多少，我不去布多少，也就是那算嘛，说看不上么子，我那种 just for one example 的。metaphor 怎么样？我反复么不还，贴说还反复么不还，科目反正科目不谈的来说是 metaphor 怎么子。In other words, it's saying when you do that, you are belittling your father, your mother in your sight. It's a form of disrespect. Any act of disrespect also 是你对你父子，你还你能贴落么子？是白么子？是么事是 disease 是 increase 大什么子
？Yeah. 是个意思的，就Christianity 为了我听了一代Ememei culture he it is moral perception he 他 create 的 Christianity 为了我听了之后he 各位before Christianity and 一直在 Christianity 为了我听着这个讲了我别说别。
I was saying that question 可里mangai里两个你remind 出的是啥呢嘛？Oh my God, problem is very 列的是么多说，arto 例子，反正我们那这么做例子，么做嘛一点脱说么做个吧，那么那个别个不就是 simple 的别个recipients 可么是喏 listeners 可么是喏 simplified thought 可里把它入嘛，那是就好不被一可么就好不被一说是个来就是，那这个一可么还几年几就点是是这个就是个。Christianity 无论天实上是都是为了白我们哈，是这个白呢是个怎么是为白里那里么是喏 perceive 个说是么里么是喏，里是喏 interpret 个说是 simplified answer 里复杂么是wrong conception 里你รู้么哈，是啊，这 wrong conception 是 his 喏是conclusory 里复白的moral guidelines 还个 superior here。workable here. Christianity है ना है वाली inferior को है ऐसे है तो really है harmful तेसो जी impression का लिए पियारा मसले लापाई really. अना today अनोंता में ही है pre है wrong conception statement को निको चुना है निकोम ही से पहने दे really. I want to tell you this. Christianity vulu tesis no seto seveso na heoli pegos e kromaji jilia chichu jilia chichu bunas pervert so bigu he Christianity no zera. This is blame also the boomers. All right, it is not like that. Ano Johnny come here and I have postulates on you way. I come here penny so there Christianity vulu tesis no kromaji morality and I have higher level in kutare. I cannot convince you. Ano ni kromala sanaza find it out yourself. Ano pega niza derele chuhu olaze ikroma fu pe chilu chize ma khago bu pachi ni le chu nagame yoko ko polize chuhu lize village to village no international raiding ko so kana na uruhu chwe piva ko chwe have go choose chuhu informations no promise se chuli choose do now se go chuche he marhame nyugali ji onna so mashika pi o piva ulu shira fujo moi se ze kukre go fu omaze li chize e mo tsezo urugo so he photoma kaliz no li kukre photoma li piva go chota chitemaze Motsuzo vabago he ni tomo piva ba womaze defenseless ma kheme je nyole loire le ni tomo piva so mo tema he odzi go ji zikhe his dalis juice maze se ze fa go vuna ze kukre da womaze at least ni le je nagama morality memory mo nagama morality is machiro maze but they don't machiro le tamaji mathematics is no enemy में population reduce हो जले तब मुझे village security है increase हो so no summation से समझे दो सदा पिवा वो morality village morality is linze ni वो so माये समझे Christianity now forbids killing. Isn't that a higher law? Christianity वो मो संता से मोय ताज़ Acheze unlaze chu Christianity vulu chezes no unlaze have marhego chu ha kheshura ana ano chazno le explain su bubla na le chu mutzo le it's pralgo dos no kromi provoke so biganize actually ano pegos le Christianity vulu chezes no Christianity vulu chezes no physical laws ko to refine su pupie se pieces no spiritual laws to aware como se introduce so piece actually spiritual rewards has possibility ita mo fu piamos there's no Christianity vulu is not jilia chichugo chuka legalita has so much vela pregocho it is not now here's I time was not peharable lot of the IPU tina here is no ano IT top the procure second time scheme so vakodo here's a lot of the here's malino death rockers death rockers India's social challenges promoting tribal rights and culture published in Bangalore by the Center for Social Action. Lina no kapeza kale tribal my society la chu tak shudare chu de more chu je tribal values pa je thire ya pe ko hi hai cause there was no there reason was no civic chu hai tribal my hai takradare culture takradare values hai khodare morality ha kheshudare so they one also pun pegos he says like this tribals have become enlightened and stronger in their tribal identity and selfhood because of education. And through modern education, this identity has helped them to get adjusted to modern world confronted with fast social, economic, and political changes taking place in the country and the world at large. So here's no for no was a blame so go here. Why have the tribals changed from their beautiful culture of simplicity, truthfulness, hard work? Why have they become just like anybody else? And he says it is because we also have the access to education. And education has opened up our minds to all the good as well as the evils which are possible. And so he never in even one single sentence, my fuhana no Christianity vuguru was no blame go. So in that booklet, there's not even one suggestion that it's because of Christianity. It's totally because of education ni gulu cheze chu Adam and Eve's serpent his no education ni ma if you eat this heto ilize chu como educate so appears potential of you kayasoli kashasoli same thing. Simple tribal folks like us, education ni gulu cheze potential hai it's open to us. You can do good. Actually, so basic human nature, sinful natures is no. Most of us, we use all the skills, all that assets that we have, we lean more towards sinful behavior.
Okay. Sinasa context na niya kariche full-time gospel missionary sa tagumonze academics pe niya oja so kalida actually is a pastor sorry so here what's the difference being a teacher no lumi mondo and what's the difference between a church pino mondo what are the differences?
Difference is probably mainly maybe subject matter. difference le promo then le church no pastor go so school hi no ojja go so re chue he aju go choose mari go choose there li easy conviction hai knowledge hai conviction hai kabli transmissibility go choose over bredo sihibas liza aju ma differences liza of li ojja go so hi is li moral obligation hai khepwa sagra ano church no pastor go so hi li orama voso go hi is serious consideration li kochuma majazo sule shi to chona anda sina li pubu ga banama ya
Ememei chitu chili she moto chili ye chili chue ma ole mo chue do ili je character trait ka ili pe mu no pe da we do se va ida ko pro ida si is no mu ida kra pe do ano je de no compare so le li honesty chili chue jo pe ko pro le li no lu mu he je de o chi bu do mo zhe so fertilizer da har da for you so zhen le mo ko to se har thoma bwe ju commercial ju li se tho da ru e sincerity pe le li keji chu mo o so bi and then je ma la bi pe le li o vu project na ko shu ma ju no focus da ru do so this no ration vu lo ti no o mo ta tam hu ra ja odo vu tie da e no lu mu he mo hu shu ye jo ida no nye we do so here he go jo he factors he go jo na he ka veli ida no ka jeli se ko da pu tholo le e muna anana ai li chu se individualistic na ai li chu se jo na he focus on mo collective mu thofi do no mo chole go na ka ba ida advice nya di advice below korwe
I think question ka hai so here's a combine so go there anopu ya no li machamza chuhu I tajole shana ma kai akwa shana go je go ju go to he uji ga le so atimaju vure se ia pogoshu ino vure les a fole pogoshu ado kana goji goto he muju gochu he commenter ma he I pez no I seve ukrupa guru the he social mote sina ze ni mota guru he I very there is clearly momo gochu ze ala je own lifetime as na ze change na ze vu har go so muju ni mo ze real chu seve shana go bukrumeza yes maza li kana go ye he go ju go tor go na kheda ro der adabano li uvu yi go chu he uvu yi vulde li chong ka tawra shima mita he ka tawa yi ni le khel de li chaje ze kana go ye pi mo tawro za devano li judaramaze adabano judare li I memoji uvu he to ye Russia to ye it is lije he corona he makabre truck me here za bus me here za makata here za te kibo mokwaza mukred motwaza senampati mokwaza uvu julamaza juluza kashaza nildamaza sa kasha he nigo he chuhuza kasha he jode de chuhe kasha he motsmole chugu chona he jode go accrocheur ma he chuhe lis za modo shujo mo ma he kana go ye he li ku jugo to go chona he ashka sha he kasha se nil sin he mai pishere eta ma kasha se jo julu so na he ka la modo jo mo mai ti dogo jo so kana na he ku ju to bu mo za na tibes lis se na za ila yi ji shana mo tu he chu hus shana so as be ku ju to mo hi ku to as mo juni ta uro za derele chad za juga vara mo za adamana juga vara le education hana hai motser chuna hai situ ta uru the ka veleu na mai ku kile de ku chuna ze ka veleu na mai pono lara modole sen ze pradare lara modona he muchi so se butaru chi ze school ka yi matamli she so pradare government school he kalikhreda modo do chilu ko do ba ti ka yi sulu ju moi private school matamli she so da he difference bushu daru kharcha he jibdagi kasha kru malishiri kasha he khudara muze se kasha ka prahin ze no eda se here change ka jaluvu me da society he se li Maya Kavata Gurus, there live Nama private school Mataso, Limogia, Vakuban, Pralara Modor, China Hatchas, Umuz, Sedaro, Sevazono, Kasha, Hoyle, Chadze, in Nama, Mazino, Norle, Ticuchana, as a Prada yields, and as Chovushi Karam of the Fuz. O Mazis no Mutuma Lam Malicious, and no Permacramo, Severe Lika Bezo, Sol Elis, Lata Motoka, Ilmata Malicia, his Guam. Kasha Musgulu. Hena heli markedly da my society as na mashahara do uji takra ha tara se do yeah oh so ano gode ka so yele individualism na hai li hena ha tor li discussion hena discussion pajubo my social scientist my psychologist my answer wa pajubi da my sita the logos is Loire da my maze le no da my lil there like vorle do aja mocho le just very simple individualism hena hai adavran prareli lifestyle is one cause money is the root cause Bible hai li ukrapa amazing book to rabue kale treva ajije moi In the last days, people will become lovers of themselves and money. As if kuchu chiluchis are their parallel, so liso ko maji attitudes or maji behavior liso ko hai very very clearly manifested now. So chu ada wana individualism hana hai I mem hi ko le mo mai da mo chole hai da maji ailment ko ra mo cho so no it is not. It you na jela rego na hai same mention so ze. All tribal societies, not only tribal societies, every other society, same things. Religious, religious tone lo balde, spiritualize so balde and nikroman fuasagra. And actually, whether we acknowledge it or not, there is a very intelligent being behind all this scheme. His name is Satan. He is very ancient in his wisdom. He knows our weakness better than you know yourself. And he knows that Johongali o mai pono zipawutu oram no zipal guru ona de niji self indulgence hana hai liji phobir liza. Very easily you and I can be led away from God. And money can buy your self-intelligence. So was no Matthew looking up as a person cannot serve two masters. Either he'll hate one and love the other, or he'll serve one and he will reject the other. So the age ka verle kasha hai darka shu on one hand practically kasha hai darka tera ma hai medical service for the kasha hoil is tachitera mazas treatment pi guru hai on namai pono is mathale does pono mai gosota moso le release aspiration bu maji bu ba kasha hoil is gal seven namai is pitu hamaza everything depends on money. Everything of value in this world, material world, it is only exchangeable with money. There's a very good reason. And you also know that the government of the USA, China, India, politician financial houses chrono ujipet of control so amaza money this world is built on money so was no psychologist my apeza kasha fularle o my share li chovo simple pura this was pe amaza No, kashana heavily. It is a very good scheme of the devil. Ana itan chu itan my sebaz liz ko promora money has sejo important day. Kasha who his chilu. We have less time to earn as much money as our ordinary life requires. Do you understand that? We have much less time to earn as much money as an ordinary life requires for a good life. That is why you have no more time for socialization. You have to hold 2-3 jobs. It is a ushira so alle ujimlisha okay masa mukrumara okay masa mukrumara na masa mukrumara adevano kasha jitsmo kaliban liz shira fulishimuz because money is necessary. It is not evil, it is necessary, but it can become evil if you love it.
Satan, if he can't make you bad, he'll make you busy.
Exactly. Yeah. Very good point.
Yeah. So, Joe, it has a question. The unhealthy competition between Ofota, Nita Todzerim go, Fata Todzerim Tazana, Todzerim go here, for example, Kayina Tamzino, Fozedamo go Yema, Kriichena Tamzino, unhealthy competition between Ofota, question Kai clubs are with us, and between Inulias Labu, Inu Krulia competition, unhealthy competition, Kakashada, Pa Jokoso Prado, Idado. So, here, it has a principle he Krukri goes up with Kaja Kava, Robino, Motzola, moral value, it has a true value, Motzosa, Mona Hiprayama.
Okay. He Motzogalet is Hana Propule. A devano delay. Eda my shipu that also collection more. As was not much more. Kacho le ikrumeji intention and attitude he year buya. Yinisha prakofirle. Yinisha pra itama he competition he prapu the devon le coverly factors pajibumaze. Factors ku book was a daily my population he control hodarama he. O Jesus, o my sama jitu marama he. The Viki Udzichile, it is cultivable land Chile, marketable areas Chile, it is opportunities Chile, Sviguchu have Talipale. Ano he anoli pagan is Chuho ano starting higa peri. Morality he li human constructed. Right and wrong rules, says the Maha. You have to understand that very clearly as Christians. Morality, in memory, morality, so it can never supersede biblical morality. Because human morality, it will change with time. Okay, one is this. Chuhu hai, homosexuality hai, my top 100% no. It's wrong, resume. Na jo de hai, my top 100% no hai wrong which means now our sense of right and wrong is changing. Human constructed laws will change according to the convenience of that group. Biblical laws will never change. They are as sure as God's eternity. So, Christianity for compare. So, remember that you're making a very poor comparison. Not even worthy of comparison. Ano, chuhu in mema he Nagama kraza tribal units ka kraza anu chuhun pere ikroma he peacefully shmoa. chu who's no inu kali tu chu he cha she chu bo chu he ili tribal mentality is bue hostility he na he chu no boom is ku crash so ji uji kali the actually survive those no molika she was no bu so he malama ji dem ko has no for constructs of koramaz sinaz no cha ikumi times la prelo ma it comes into play even now svazono ano li paganism history ko probably ete alia ji inu jo ko probably ale trave inu ka hai for example ichu inu kalin no inu ka hai so apoga prata ko tua pinoma zarabu ya ska ha okwa no le ale trave julmo compatibility na hai it's very difficult for tribal stories do so was no ano he no paganism there see as Christians we must remember, we must be very careful not to see or not to listen to who is right. We must give more importance to what is right in this conflict, not who is right. Because I'm from Song Song, and if I say, who is right? Song Song is right. Who is right? Mr. Jack is right. So if you personalize it, and if you make it into, you use your village name or your Mao tribe, unpenizly, we shouldn't talk about, hey, Mao people are right. We can't say like that. Tangkhul people are right. So, here prestige issue. Prestige issue, emotion involves room hai. Kukres of the aroma hai. I room so a hebilamo. I judge so a hebilamo so brother rumors. So, was no. Who is right? So now he's no mochola. Also, it was no itama he maba. My chu also go he unity da ho he unity patu he. A Romano matches a Romano matches. So now he call who is right, who is wrong, who is the right one, who is the wrong one. So he's no paralysis. That's not the right way to pursue things. We have to, as Christians, only one person we can say who is right. God is right. If you have to talk about who is right, only we can apply that to God. If you want to apply the rule, who is right, only God is right. Among humans, we have to give more stress on what is right in this matter. Not who is saying what, but what is right. Use ni oramano niya chohopiamaza sense of ni conscience piamaza. It is niya Bible from niya Bible modo apisamaza. Oramano eternal set of rules here, which will never change. And Oramano's rules of Tokhubvii with his character and personality and power and authority back up so you will never go wrong if you stick to the biblical truth. So was no ni conscience as rampia etinia Bible modoze so was no issue kata para okay ita mai chu inu ka ha ko se have arego here. What is right thing to do here? Snaz no probably I think emotion hack khirele do. Actually emotion involves some discussion some mongopumas. Ano who is in the correlate irumai sava peramaza irumai sava sort of probably emotions is my telelis mischief ko cross it does a tobiumaza. So those are not leaders so more economic Christian mainly coverly adenomache. The Chuna says no, it's a mocho bagucho says yes as a penny head. Yeah.
The takeaway is I can't much anymore, Dino much though.
Yeah.
When I remember here, Oji where it is no hospital, we must say quality kajita, bewedo. Ana mushu brala assertiveness nahi, ita hodo, okroho is no mushu no brachipelli nipper. We always initiative so pray that we are known for being timid. There's no prayer kero pusho is no force of you kubume. What I kavili ida hinahega so this suggests so ida kavako dale. This someone
Pele as timidity ma hai. Timidity ma hai. Ye main mujhe timidity hai. Kayi buka shibwana timidity hai. Adevano ye main ma hai akhishiti hai. Adevano prahalu boy. Adevano protuju moy. Do. Adevano heki tuju moy. Adevano itamay he second thought bumakarwe. Adevano atuhar braju moy. I think I may have calibally year bus as negative side calico buzzer. Nile he my pras capir usually have it here jite my hair. Eta I name my ujika yearlies, my prago sen highly etam he cote it he jitedo. Tivano to who socially in pegogeno. I name my hair to home or cook a shilgot or juka shilgot takes so more. Definitely in name my calibon peli. My pras capiricho he taj no itaji culture he litam he is nas liz very much itam he deeply embedded so lara my hair anas nas all the time chilu top witches nas yijo moi linas was not timidity problem timidity had they what le futor le o meno aya de mo chorle Omeno aya de perelesana itanasana mocho balumuze. What will people think of me? People will laugh at me, or people will be too critical of me. Omeno ay de mocho resana he mocho balumazes no. Eta my timidity and prarum he. We are so bothered with what will people say about me? What will people think about me if I stand? Will people laugh at me? You're so obsessed with what people think. So you should give a damn to what people think. We should not be bothered about what people think if you are doing something right. You have no responsibility for what they think. They have not paid you any money to think about them. Adena mache sanaze Somal ga yibuena Somal religious apologize so choose muze. Omena de mochore listen I have so probably you're wasting your time. And you're making yourself a coward. And then the main thing is it shows that you're very vain, you're very conceited. You want to have a goody image. Omena de mochore mocho krejo. Hana ko so mache ha ye he mache release o mana de pele mocho krejo shiki mugu to mocho krejo so gi so ma release cha apologize so choose mo ku choose it mara so pe choose mo no I think I memoji mutso hana he ndamano ko sama po ma pano fuirli ita I mem he compare so le my go idil nilzis no krupushe then later my heli calibel is my practice don't lose that. My practice being considerate. I talk really lima tomorle lima mozele hata lima green home hair. Nito areti to kela boom. Either in memory vision. That's beautiful. That's why God loves us because of that also. Anoli my practice mocho my practice sana hair book no balance it. You have to balance it. Opportunities, competition, livelihood, you have to be very thing. If you think like that, you're very foolish. You're being narcissistic. Okay, don't do that. So what's going to happen is Bible have a my hand. Proverbs chapter 25 verse 29 he compares 25 verse 29 he compares the fear of man brings a snare. But whoever trusts in the Lord shall be safe. The fear of man. You're so afraid of their opinion. Being afraid of people's opinion was no, you fall into a snare. What is the snare? Many things. You lost the initiative. You lost the competition. You lost the opportunity. You lost the opportunity to grow. You lost the opportunity to try out whether you can do it or not. You have lost so many things in that. You have fallen into a snare. That's why the fear of man is a snare, is a trap. Don't fear people. Next time this happens, what you have to do is this. Fear God. That's very true. Orama kape he orama he ni he one he chipiana he ovoso hana he machia ma so na he mochola he li oramna zega pavor li you become very brave. So don't think mana de mochole, don't think about that. Tell yourself, what will God say here? Will he allow it? Will he not allow it? That will make you very brave, will make you very clear in your direction of doing things. Yeah.
So, sir, Asholi mentioned so it is a WhatsApp message they mentioned so Rachatobo for Junanido. In olden days, Karichidi idano conflict resolve so that it follows away. Usually either follow so hama ma conflicts resolve so that it cover conflict resolve so you solution suggestion cover.
Orachi to boko furu, cho he translate solely. Then what does it exactly mean? Imemano, orachi to bo poble yo. Orachi to boko furu, cho he translate solely. It means leaving the judgment to God. I don't take the matter into my own hands if it is going to cause hostility, fight, or potential of creating or doing something wrong. Snazile, I have around Bahinte to Aramapano, and I took a crabby of the Suna, Ememei Ratchetoboko to Ekufusunas, Payli translate leaving the judgment to God. So, Itamujana, my tema, it is a collegially come was Licha Swinhile, Ano Kuchue. Jo de he collegially senaza hoshudare. Ana he so gulumera guye. A devanutely I peg aniza. I momoguchu he 1981 or 82. Such as Shillong le Nagamai Christian Fellowship, I President Soy. Here's a Jakama Tamagalino Secretary Soy. 25 years Jubilee for Hepuni Naga Services. 1981 or 82. Such as Speaker Van Lankano Chole Peme. I send as a little till the mother. So there apparently Kasima he Shillong his no celebrate so mother. Nagaland houses no celebrate so chief for Nader Chipelli. Kasima he Uchiji tema maite. Switzerland there bungaite. And I think Khasi people have inherited a very beautiful land because they're very meek. That time Khasis were very meek, really. Then Lili matrilineal society re. Itamai that also aggressive Khasi have very, very meek. I think you have inherited a very beautiful land because of your meekness. Now, actually, that is very scriptural. Matthew chapter 5 verse 5, the meek shall inherit the earth. It's very clear. Now, itamai Christian Macreza, na ikrumai mangeguze, itamai church go for me, I modo, so teso modo chitibi go moderle, in new legis, John Katago, Arega Prada Prarele, Futago Pro, Pinomakayi, says no Korakucho, Coral go summers no, only sholes, and I irriga piana calamachimo. Now, you must realize this. Your futa number, your warrior number, your wealth, and whatever physical force you own is not the decider of your family's future. It's God. Here's Oram no honor also here. Those who meekly suffer and wait for his judgment, refusing to do any wrong in that situation. No false testimony. No false story, falsifying story. No rewriting of history. Kuchuna de pebwa party kan choboreli kuchu ze pegoro ze pere ndamano seza borle de le rachito podoso. Leave it to God. I'm telling you, I have seen in my lifetime One whole family man, all dead now. The last one died just 2 years ago. And it's related to this kind of story. Pino mai yira mai korago chu he. So sure. Kayi so jo mo. Ano uchu pe mar lama amada his no kuma shaki so ka per na za khela ojika shi odogo mo mada go chu he na he so khero mo man abora dele man shoulder za dele man severa dele man dhara za dele rachito problem so na he sinaz kuchu so oramano ni je cause na the champion so le anan la ni je own force no so le li oramaz no ni opposor le kalita mai yi mo bo kalita mai me khurle. That is why I'm telling you, this world doesn't belong to the mighty. This world belongs to God. And God sides with those who refuse to do wrong and meekly await God's judgment. So, there's something very beautiful. I don't know if yes. Jishu Christa's testimony, he is our ultimate model. Jishu Christa. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 23, there are rarely, who, when he was reviled, did not revile in return. When he suffered, he did not threaten, but committed himself to him who judges righteously. That's the right thing to do. Ememei Moral my pe mutu malar marshinyama ni rumai panom my pe Hriiyia Kriichena mutu malar shinyama. You have to follow Jesus' example. When people revile you, don't revile back. When you suffer, don't threaten, but leave the judgment to him, God the Father, who will judge righteously. He is the final decider. That is what we need to learn, not just because we are in Delhi, but because we are Christians. Okay, so vengeance is mine. I will repay. And again, the Lord will judge the people. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 30.
Ita pano hoji sa next discussion na problem do. Motsatte o gali ijode no lumi hena muju ganye ekotsum hena muju ganye se no lumi ha kotsum respect so mataru. Because ilina mocho he offer for me idea offer for me no mocho he outdated do folena ile ko super secret mo and kalipina mocho he is offer for me no ile no chonga ta opinion kata pele kotsum da no pele the elders me na pele no ile mun no lumun pele ni le du na do he ino crochi ni ri he do ni le this way do ile opinion he motsumo do for bi da o prawe do so here for example organization kalile ma church kalile ma group kalile no lumuna population hi problem we ana decision for us kotsum no lumuna pe we they feel it's not so important motsuma hi do tila kotsum na decision for we so here have a difference koprai adi ida cho adi so muni she ka balance solo le
Carrera so li kotsema ma thofe thiso apologize so ganize kuchwe nile nama desle do hana he kape he pesite na tiri was no echu problem ta par credit do so no kotsema thofe thiso sanaze apology piwe ka very really uchuzi go bo urumai chu to bo het of the had one primarily nalameji side of the story and nalameji aspect by heli ignore go so was no heta he rebellion heta he kapra ha pata with tsele as a new lessons my ha no ano listen here's a pen is hana he rare kotsumai he it is kotsum here's a nalumi here's a perspective and a chongso mocho krikucholi koanialize basic difference between elders and youth है दे really elders में है आदेव नो सेवा कुछ में है नो penitence से पे बरुए ना पे ज़दो मोइली से सेवा का पे मच्ची मोना आदेव नो से पेरुए रे really कुछ में है मुफु पाज को उसे शिव को रे nalle julez sto sada buya chaza kotse loliti li as tire mar de ti machi mati mochore machi mar de life li tv jo mode life li majano control so jo mode sto bo chaza horu de li ali shiru de tis kasa ko so ko yipu hinde tire uni go budzes no le chaza no ko it's ka yika process tsiru tis no problem za svegi kotse ma he life he li as mashe he do have hinde Teacher hai it's a lolu prade bure kotsam his is experience life and hai experience li bure as lekroma tive bibisho tive la kapeta hai siz mochowan peda ruma hai so kotsam his is experience buru life hai understand go soli buru life je mystery stele heli for lekroma no sigucho li bure experience li kotsam hi bue wisdom bue so na li recognize so malaysia li nazli ano kotsam as no nalamai he recognize so milika shiz nalamai he li kotsam this no ichuchu je jo deji knowledge he li maz ko push so nazli recognize so milika li his li do so civic go he happy reconciliation kaliz ka verli peganiz kotsam nalamai he have go conflict tension bugu hai kuch uze machi ze naluma hai na hai complaint so ruwe it is kotsama hai choba kotsama zali mochol se mar lo ho mochol go movas na lo ho naluma hai delejo naz society tam society hai mala ichu chilus takre naluma hai chu the putti pula bua up the for his no kotsama ko le craze no uji page knowledge and hai ko siguru hai ofe fu hin collection mara chu ofe fu lo mora uji page ko thofe knowledge thofe chu namez na lomez source protera ma hai silguru eches ofe fu mez na across shura ma hai esu zdo mo thofe sil ma hai ko tsema no chu baptam liga shez na lema no fu lectrome mo cho hai eche fu lectrome suggest so kania proposal so kania eche fu lectrome contribution hai adehin pili yes na hai sa ka thia ko prosona hai li time ka pi na li I think ko tsma hai table li ha bai thete mo no jode he li chong ka ta decision ka ta fulera bua phugo moz na lema sa mo kro na lema jo opinion na phu epegro chakre la just out really oh na mai te satali peso jejo de le don pe bo se chanya mo have so bro solishes so solish ano on nalmano ade pe is there any weight is there anything legitimate this is at depthul ka yi full ka yi sona za mochoa lina za full ka ita za full decision his full of course for jukuchu hana heli practice khali so mare le tala eta ma resource na he fragments la go bu ma he kotsma nalma ni to ma resource ko se ajula force ko also lu kuruz kotsima photomaz ni tom chufu bo ni le ni tom ri lu na le ma ni le na ma ri ri eda la eda jo own resources defray so lazimaz for ma te from whole lazimaz na jo de chilu heli takre actually na le ma wa kotsim na tali hi bana smai pure li ma sa la ko li ka the ko pro decision kata mots decision to fa no here I want to say this order alibu malaysia order hoirly authority hoirly this is a bedlam chaos yen chaprale so was no na lema he erebi malika shederli ko tsem as no audience pia ko sa ko progress sa ko procreate finally decision for nas liz ko tsem pa no mu so nas liz that should be followed easy chufu mara easy topfil mara so na so mora just trust that what they have decided is the best. That's very similar to family dynamics as okay my opinion anola na my opinion anola na finally ufuz no responsibility for those homos. Yes.
Okay.
think we're running out of time.
Yes. Question page so buya na do last okay so kali ita je Q&A buya do. Okay so jo ilimino traditional rituals page ko so follow so we do Christianity vula buya de ko tsmwe jo ji da follow so cha page buya like fuki kapra chini mani jo ma sale ni mani jo ti ve jo da do so here cover ita he Christianity so buya for page so buya je no Christian principle breaks are where they got some reserve so yabure he got very here
mucho le fuki kapra for example fuki kapra na example fuzma hai culture hai जो cultural revival hai मैं ठोकती है प्राधारम है देवन really universal identity है ना है जहाँ सो बामुजुल दे मला मुझे assert सुपु जो ना है जो visible सो शुदारा मैं cultural revival है जहाँ तेली ही बस revive also ये अना any issue चाहे को Christianity जी teaching है ना है को oppose को सो थीज़ली ज़ contrary तासो ता बुरे ली निले Christian सही ज़ निले decision वाली फुटोर मलिका शेदर ली you have to decide whether you really want to be a Christian or you really want to just be a non-Christian, but you cannot be both. So, as a Christian, fuki kapra hai sanden taso na hai likali kreme machi mo. Malali nileji memeji johon no calculation so sanden no johon no tare re really. Saturday no sora previous day sora mas Monday sora Liz, John Alegua Atachibua, spiritual laws, the Kosoda Burama, severely my Tirel, severely Lishirel Santala Homoza. It's just a festival, so what's not his is a John Alegua moral, very serious moral breach, Kosota Johon decisions in us. It's good decision. It is still a good decision if the village elders they decide that since we are Christians, we should not go fuki kapra have Sunday no pramo or mitse mokromalishe so na kha ili kroma have Saturday ho Monday go so that should be the way it should be. Morally haji actions in as mala fu page chun tara Sunday tara service china prale no that should not be the way it much more says definitely Sabbath day hai Sunday hai. So here's a point clearly. Sunday it must be Sabbath day, a day of rest, a day of worshiping God. Delhi lego book Sunday bule. I really want to tell you very strongly, don't work on Sundays. Pray about it. Talk to your boss about it. You honor God by honoring Sunday and observe Sabbath. You just see how your life turns out. How God will honor you. If you honor God, God will honor you. Have you seen that your prayers are not answered? That's because you're not honoring God. Sunday heli, Sunday heli, very strictly, Sabbath is a day of rest. You should not even allow your ministries to work on Sundays. Not even your paid employees should work on Sunday in as far as it concerns you. It's not only about you. That much is our God worthy of worship, honor. Fu page uji he teleli revive also le darka. Liz is like a kreba ko nile Christianity je faith he ko contradict ko so hoy. So for example, na lomethe he olaz ushumi chivu tauru ni je sister ushumi chivu tauru na lomethe he. Ita mai ji chu hu ka verle ni tome he hinta guru he kamos lira ku ile kamos lira ku shik raku ka shaka dewe tsenle ka shile he hinloli majit te gu chwa ka dewe ni tome he does no of the for ni tome he shi pu daru ma den le cha ze ushum te so le maze menna ma so le maze so was no ka vele Village ha so mat ko ha so matabilele pino ma ka yibwe zen le ma ka yibwe ko cho amashi so na lo ma thi he som pi da mo ze do som ze de le chil ay hana season li silu more ana ida mai uni ali his no tui mai ho ni to mai he da ru shum chi vu da ru he ni to mkrumi chakao bo tora do ningon chakao bo tora li mai he o tsile o pinomen le ho o fu shabure le fu men le ho ona ni to mai he da ru ma o tu mai he da ru mai ze sa ku sa vu vebia somera oso he somera lira sa va ba pia le pan fata ta ma ona pile tu bo pile fata ta ma Leyisa de manière le fole fu fole pinom a fole prome he ka yi bo cha sa be ye bo de que he manière le o kiuma e kiutin ma fole ko chuma so jomo mo ze so ma shi jomo mo ze sa was no he de ko chu jena le ngai te he le ka le kheba ko Christianity de ma shi guru chong la ho ma he ta he le da me revive so le yi ze do
That's dialogues interaction and okay then we Q&A no time go is it as a team no question collection for Rob yeah so an English no proile Sir, is it the weakness of the elders today that the morality among the youngsters degraded drastically, or is it fair to blame just on modernity? Not just the elders, the institution, administration, is it to blame? Church administration kore organization kata do ida no model so tolo morema.
Yeah. Ayatina reba gire. Johnso motso institution tote he echu he kotsema ha jumajete. Kotsema jumajete. Adamana jeli Tokhubvii kotsema he inu kofte Tokhubvii zuntachi shurado. It is risk up terechu. Kotsema inu kofte ko fuma he sejo. Chu lize ko doka shitali yasodu. Da tia dale sora praru degi kotsema he kochuma lima malshano. Village authority moa olaz tsinele ufume Moi church le pastor deacon board khuma da college ove fail was so khud to go mo it is a confusion ko bu it is a qualified ko mo either theology model material so uta it is petorily abdication of responsibility to che nishu ma hai kotsum le hai kotsum shule hai do so reason pajubwe motsezo moral lapse ko buvas no ra kotsum thotya mudulishi moral lapse ko buvas no se prareso no mudulishi kotsum ba paje haya chijomo sadda chijomo lali madas gochuta sojomo to bubu matea pura jodeji chulen takre tere naloma heno chu kosekanya na potere prapru timida soru da uchu ko prataru sora patara ma chu lize so those no kaliban peli futa ya thofe blame sul shie ano kakrebele mono church hemen kolele ai he lofte golu the he ai oli je pasha soni shwa lozo lorde Ana lo realize so lo he as molomo it is alichumo it is ba ji modo pichu mota person as realize so do no pego ze ver severa complaint so grabulo ho at least candle kalya matelo ra pe modo que tu veux je dis church en colère les na le mai church le vous montagodo he le majali ano adavna se vous montare que tu na he church mai no simule ka shiz adere le je de he na le mai je question he tali buma hai philosophy hai tali buru thoughts tali buru ideas tali buru lifestyle tali buru digi sikru zafu li tanzes answer so bi morli church hai irrelevance of the tarama hai simply just very simplified scriptural stories telling his don't pay makrau. They are still very good for answering many of these questions in the language of those questions. In that language of the question Moral, we just simply stick to that, the parable stories. Sivigi disconnect ali pradarama hai. Na lama zana kali kreve mor kramarama hai. So was no jo deje apologetics. Salah. What is it? Apologetics. Thank you. Hata hai samo domalishi. The tears of Allah is true. Counseling. Now, counseling is so important. Counseling has a pastor automatically by default for being a pastor. Counseling also darkama. Counseling it's not so easy as it's in Malaysia. If somebody has gone into drugs, if somebody comes from a broken family, if a husband and wife, they are about to divorce, pastors have to get involved. How do you do that? Without any training, without any experience. So Pastor Kruma has simply kuchuma takes for preach so lesson as not only youngsters, everybody will start leaving the church. Because the church must still be able to address the issues of current questions. And if the church cannot answer them, deal with them, or at least help them in thinking in that direction to deal with that, so morally, the church is the one place where people repose their highest hopes and also are willing to put their blind faith in God. And so if the pastor or the church cannot deliver on all fronts, that is now very current issues, then the church loses its relevance. So no, it's not easy. We really need pastors who keep on going for training after training for various kinds of equipping also. So that's very true. And I think Mao churches as a whole says up kuchuma majazo peyeli saza aya li majazo pere rodza philka ya buena kuchwe Mao churches koleli we are still very very nascent. We're just still growing. We are not fully equipped to handle all this. That is why young people like you, many of you the highest calling is actually church work. If you can go for theological studies, see, chuhus liz, metric fail, metric fail, theology matabur. No, that is why Mao churches are very bad now. Because of that, we don't have good teachers. Now, who is the best in the family in studies, in intelligence, should go for theology. And then these people must be allowed to grapple with the study of all the deep issues of life pertaining to humans and let them be God's representative as interpreters of God's wisdom. So morally, I think Mao churches will just be in name a church and not able to really deliver. So be patient, but pray for our churches and ask God that nalamai tsit ni to photo li intelligent tigo chuta lar samai mata hai pano theology mata ko chana hai. Let's pray for that. I pray for that. Yeah.
Nowadays, most of the competitive exams are scheduled on Sunday. So what do you think about this?
Yeah. See, where you can help do what is right is your responsibility. Where you have the power to do what is right is your responsibility. And if you do not do it, then you can be penalized for that. But, for example, Bible name in general hana hai skin disease kali bura so mai birdos non elisha he go vuche so mai bia taru phachi puna dere perli eyes Jehovah kashirapui ko thomai khuz no voso more ka jipuna is tiprumani ka shichis no Fuisa fuirash che chochile loa kale so balis zo ramba bana akama ko khebyo ta pu pemudi do see Israel tamri rapuna no fui he fui ji disease skin disease so much so mai ka pins no fu he Israel tamri rapu na no rakuchu so fu sil damaza e fu no rakuchu ku utesa fu ko lekre thozo phase so fu simba na fu no se his no ko causes it's very meaningful. Just like Daniel. So, not giving my opinion, but taking examples from the Bible like that. Niji competitive exam hai, Sunday is no so gure hai. It is not you who has scheduled it on Sunday. It is by the authorities. So that is not your fault. Because you, in your power, you cannot influence on which day it should be scheduled. So if they schedule it on Sunday, you just have to say, Lord, I'm sorry, but I will have to go for this. It's not because I want to act against and to express that I rebel against your law of observing Sabbath, but it's only because this is scheduled and I have to do it, so I have to go for that. Your attitude should be that way. If your attitude is that way, I think there's nothing that you should not feel guilty about that. The point is, if you are so sensitive about writing an exam on Sunday and you pray like that to God, what about other Sundays? Do you come to church? That's the bigger question. So what I mean to say is this: if you're a Christian, remember this: you must really decide whether orama hai ku chuno tozidoma fui he futef do ku chuma atiz you have to decide that. So as it decides already, I think it's not a difficult question.
Okay, so what do you see? Either a memory, they change. What zipai. Either here heavily le do jodagale.
Pajili pepumara cho aiji machuka peli. Tis I ko zenago pastor ko sole he. Impresso biganiali za dereli aji zeka pakali imeme na leme shulezo no prakochu anon zepate gochuze. I want our Mao young people to be double-edged swords. I want you people to be double-edged swords. What do I mean by that? Be very passionate for God. And then on the other hand, on the other side, be people of excellence in everything that you do. Whether you are a professional doctor, or an office worker, or a student, or a soldier, whatever it is, be excellent in whatever you do. So be passionate for God and be excellent in your vocation. That makes you a double-edged sword. That is the kind of new generation I pray God will raise among our Mao people.
Passionate there. Jonga ta solicita. Ojipemi happy collection passionate or be on fire for God, because we can create a balance for sure. Come on, sile. We are church lisa. It's a joy though.
Yeah, that's right.
Opportunity kanye we know. Let's take it as a privilege and let off was a sir.